back to the corner. So I got a lot of questions in regards to my DIY tufted headboard. So I figured I would do a little bit of a Q&A video for you. So any of you guys out there who want to make the headboard or still have more questions about that, this video is going to answer hopefully all those questions. But if you do have any other questions, please feel free to leave a question below. And also, if you haven't seen that video, I will also leave that link below as well. So if you guys want to know all the little mini details as to how I made this headboard, stay tuned. So the first question that I got were the dimensions of the headboard. So the headboard fits a full-size bed and the dimensions were 59 by 36. I did purchase a 2-inch piece of plywood from my local Home Depot, and all I had them do was cut the board to the dimensions that I needed, which again were 59 by 36. And this is a free service that they do have, so you don't have to worry about paying extra for getting your board cut. I did also purchase 2 pieces of 2x4 pieces of wood so that the headboard could actually stick to the bed itself. And again, I will also put all pictures and everything like that that I do discuss at the very end of the video. Besides the headboard itself and the dimensions, I did also purchase 2 pieces of 2-inch high density foam from my local craft store, and I believe you can purchase it anywhere. You can get it from Home Depot. You can also get it from Walmart as well, but the craft store you could always use a 40% off coupon, so I was just trying to save a couple of bucks. So I did the 2 pieces of foam that I did purchase were 2 different sizes, just so I had enough to cover the whole entire piece of plywood. One was 22 by 22 inches and the other piece of foam was 27 by 76. And again, if you see my first video, you will see that I did cut it to fit the plywood, and then you kind of just can move things around and piece it together. I wouldn't say completely like a puzzle, but kind of like a puzzle, and wherever you need the foam, you kind of can just cut it and make sure that you do spray it to the board. The fabric that I chose to use was a velvet polyester type of fabric, and I was just looking for, I wouldn't say more of a luxurious type of look, but I just like the look of the velvet, and I got 2.5 inches of fabric, and it was more than enough for me. In regards to tufting, I actually purchased a 50 pack of jewels from Amazon, which I will leave the link below, but I did only end up using 45 jewels, so I did have a few left over. And then in regards to trying to figure out how to actually get, I guess, figure out your dimensions and how big your actual diamond tuft is going to be, all I did was literally just take a plain sheet of paper. I just drew a big rectangle, and then at the top I marked 59 inches, and then on the sides I marked 36. And then what I did is I gave a 3-inch buffer on either sides, and then I believe it was a 3-inch buffer at the top, and then maybe about 8 inches at the bottom, just because this is where your pillows and everything like that is going to lay, so you really don't need tufts too close to the bottom, because something that nobody is actually going to see. So then I just figured out, I kind of divided and played around with some measurements, and that's when I figured out how big my tufts were going to be. And I believe it is, I think they're 10 inches high and 8 inches wide, because that's just the look I'm going for. If I wanted them to be bigger or smaller, I could have just played around with the measurements. So really it is up to you. You kind of just want to figure out how big or how far you want the tufts to be, or how tall you want the tufts to be. In regards to stapling the thread to the back of the board, I just used a manual staple gun, and then you kind of just want to get a pack of staples whatever size that particular staple gun required. I did know that some people had questions in regards to how I actually stapled the thread to the back of the headboard, and I will take a picture of that or a mini little video clip, and I'll put that at the end of the video. So basically all I did was pull the jewels through the hole and everything like that, and stapled it once, and then I kind of just did like a zigzag motion and stapled each jewel 3 times just to make sure that it is secure to the board. Once I was completely finished making the board, what I then did was take those 2 pieces of 2x4 and I laid the tufted headboard on its front. So basically the velvet part was facing down, and all I did was drill 2 times at the top and 2 times at the bottom just to kind of secure the wood to the headboard, and then I just stood it up against the bed, and I used a washer, which is kind of like a little metal piece, and it looks like a little disc, and all it has is a little circle in the middle. So I used 2 of those, and you know the framing of the actual bed, if you look all the way at the back, the part that usually is up against the wall, it usually has some holes in it. So all I did was take a couple of screws and the washer, and I just screwed it into the bottom of the board. So this way, if we wanted to move our furniture around and move our bed around, the headboard is literally stuck to the foundation of the bed. And also, again, I will show a picture as to what that looks like, so that you guys who want to make this headboard and want to actually attach it to the frame of the bed, you kind of have a visual as to what it should look like. So really, that's about it. Those are the type of questions that I did get. And again, if you guys do have any other questions, please feel free to leave a link below. But until then, I'll see you guys back at the corner. Bye.